Is Leffen just taking a break from Melee? I don't know. He couldn't travel to Summit, which seemed to be a pretty gigantic bummer to him. He doesn't really enter tournaments, so... Leffen, like, never entered tournaments. Nothing new. Here's my hot take. Leffen entered the most amount of local tournaments he had in probably a decade when he made content for fake switching to the box. He just thought it would be good content, so he did it. He probably just thinks that entering tournaments just isn't good enough content for him right now. But Leffen was like fake switching to the box, so he decided to run some tournaments. Did Leffen's hand break? That was like months ago, wasn't it? Unless he broke it again? Some communities will notice a new way to chant during hype moments on stream. Creators and mods will use /chant to suggest messages. Dude, I really want to do this. But chants seem really cool. I don't know how to get it, but I really want it. I think chants are so cool. It's a really good way for mods to flush out the chat when they're being toxic. And, like, I mean, chanting is just cool, you know? It's just like, it's such a good feature. What a good idea. I don't know who came up with it, but whoever it was, great idea. Also, I've always really enjoyed that when ads are being played on browser, they have like a little preview screen of what's going on still. I think that's a great feature. So that you can still visually see. You can't hear what's going on in the stream, but there's like a little version of the stream. They actually added that to mobile recently, which I, again, think is such a great idea. Many players love chanting, good feature. Yeah, it's so good. It's already spam as it is. What about chant changes that? I mean, it would just overload. I'm sure it's... The thing is, when you become like a... I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a super omega streamer, right? That's just a different universe. But if you have 5K viewers, like 1 to 5K viewers, what you do is you look at the chat and you just pull one thing that you see. Like, you know, just the chat's going up and up and up. You pull one thing that you see, a little unique message you'd like to respond to, and then you just keep moving on. Maybe it's different if you're a super omega streamer, but I don't know. But if you had no unique messages, what are you supposed to respond to? You know what I mean? I wish I had enough chatters to play games with them. I think 50 is perfect. Dude, I will say, having people to interact with while you're streaming is, and I forget about this a lot, it's just the nicest thing in the world. So I was a 0 viewers streamer. Like, nobody really remembers me from then, of course, because none of you knew me. But I was a 0 viewer streamer for a long time. For a year about. I was like a 0 to 10 viewer streamer. And I say to 10 because near the end of the year I had like 10. But my 0 or 1 viewer streams were so rough, dude. Oh my god, it's so hard. You just sit there talking to yourself and hope to God somebody says something in chat. You hope. And the thing is, like, if you're just sitting there being funny to yourself and nobody's responding, you're like, what's the point? Nobody's here anyway. So sometimes what you do is you just sit there and then you don't talk. But then you're never going to get any new viewers, right? Because you're not being entertaining. How do you retain that one guy that randomly checks out your stream, you know? Quite a few Getting Over It streams when I was the one viewer for hours. Oh my god, Talking to the Void is rough. It is rough. Dude, Getting Over It was actually... By the time I played Getting Over It was like a year after I had been like a 0 viewer Andy. How did you keep doing it? I just trusted the process. I would do a lot of analysis streams. And I would play netplay. I would have the VOD recorded so that I could go back and analyze my games. So I would do a lot of analysis streams for like subscribers and for myself. And I would do a lot of netplay games, and then I would go back and analyze my own VODs. So there was like a purpose to streaming outside of interacting with chat, which kept it fresh enough for me to continue doing. Decided to end because no one showed up. Yeah, it's really hard. The worst thing about having 0 viewers is that you always still sign off. You're like, all right, guys, well, thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you later. And it's like, nobody's there. It feels bad. My current level? Dude, it's hard. I swear. Just keep grinding, though. You'll get the people that return, and then you have 5 viewers. So 0 or 1 viewer Andy is literal hell. It's so bad. Being a 5 viewer Andy, though, is great, because there's always at least one bot in the chat. Then you got like a family member. Then you have your own night bot. But if you have 2 viewers, you could probably get one of those people to start responding to you in chat. And then you could just stream forever. If you have somebody to talk to while you're playing a video game, you could stream forever. It's so easy. And then becoming a 10 viewer Andy, I do think that the best is 1 to 5K. Or maybe even like 500 to 5K. If you can get into that range, it is so good. Because something that's really, really, really hard for me and for any streamer is when you have like 100 viewers, like 50 to 100, which is what I average right now. You have 50 to 100 viewers, a chat message will be there. And that same chat message might sit there for another 6 minutes, 5 minutes. And if somebody's being rude or mean or like saying something that you disagree with, it's really hard to just keep your mouth shut and not respond to it or like not let that fester, because it's literally sitting right there. You can just see it. When you have 500 to 5,000 viewers, the chat's going slow enough, especially if you cultivate your community correctly, that like you could see anything that's going on and pick a message out. Like you could read a message before it disappears and respond to it, but then all the shitty messages just fly away. They just fly away. That's been my experience for every time I've been rated by like some giant streamer. It's always been the case that I have like 10K viewers and everyone's like, they're like, oh my god, the mods must have to go crazy. And it's like, no, dude, like I don't care if people are being, you know, trolls and their message is gone all of a sudden. Like I don't care about that. Straight facts, dude. It's so real. It's really hard, especially if you're like already tilted or something. Like when I'm in tournament and like I lose or something and someone says like, get shit on, idiot. It's like that message just sits there. It just sits, dude. If they said like, get it shit on, idiot, and then it just disappeared, like, oh, well, whatever. I'll just talk to the, you know, other people. I lurk in streams. I never say anything. I always lurk. Just because there's a lot of weird social dynamics that go into a chatter and a streamer. Because there's like, well, there's the chance the streamer might not even see my message, and if they didn't see it the first time, should I send it again? Or maybe they saw it and they're ignoring it because they think my message is stupid. There's like a lot of things. I don't know, just weird. But anyway, those are some of the woes of being a streamer. But the thing is, getting to 500 to 5,000 viewers takes a lot of luck and a lot of grinding. You'll never get there if you don't grind. You also need some sort of luck. You need something to break you through. Because like here I am sitting at like 100 viewers or something. I don't know, maybe people are leaving because I'm just sitting and talking and watching Melee. Let's see how many viewers I have. Yeah, I have 98 viewers. So like 100 viewers. I have like 100 viewers right now. And I've been at 100 average viewers for like a year and a half at this point. It is really hard to get past this point. Thing is, IBDW has like 350 average viewers when he does Melee or whatever. But he's also just like, he's broken into top 5 of Melee. Anybody that's top 5 in Melee, you can easily see 300 viewers. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I'm always going to be honest with you guys. I think that Zane is a really bad streamer. Similar to how I thought that Armada was just a god-awful streamer. I thought Armada was even worse. Armada's a way better streamer now than he was, to be clear. Back when he was a Melee pro, way better. So, like, Zane will just sit there playing somebody that you don't really care about with his secondaries, not really talking to chat. And it's like, bro. But he averages, like, 600 viewers. Like, what? So, a lot of times the content doesn't even matter. It's just, like, if you can pull those people in for whatever reason, right? I think, like, he has the opportunity, and I doubt he cares about it. That being said, Zane is dope. Absolutely. I respect Zane so much, and I think he's a great guy. But he is met with an opportunity right now where he could just be like one of the biggest content creators in the Melee community and break through to the next level. But like, you know, he's quite possibly the best Melee player in the world right now. But he just doesn't take advantage of that because he wants to grind instead, you know? And he puts a lot of work into his grind, which grinding like as a Melee pro, not as a streamer, which I respect, especially because he can just coast. He could stream to 600 viewers and have like over 1,000 subs. You guys know how much money that is? Along with the tournament winnings he's getting and his sponsorship, that guy's making a lot of money. Like, what reason does he have to put effort into being a content creator on top of being one of the best Melee players in the world? Nothing really. He has no real reason to. Actually prioritizes real life stuff like family/girlfriend over being a content creator. Yeah, I hear that. Is 1K subs enough to live off of? Depends on your lifestyle, right? Or the area that you live. Also depends on the contract that you have with Twitch. Sometimes you get $3.50, sometimes you get like $3, sometimes you get $2 or $2.50, sorry, off of every sub. So like if you're getting $3.50 off of every sub, then you're making 3.5K a month off of 1K subs, right? And that's different than 2.5K, right? Especially depending on your exact situation. Just the risk? Yeah, absolutely. It is not stable. It's stable to some degree depending on like what type of content you make or like how available you are to be streaming. But its job is security. Yeah, yep. Subs can just leave. Yeah, whenever. Yeah. I have like 325 subs right now. Keep in mind, I don't have any other job. I don't get money from anywhere else. And also, I'm not like going to locals and getting money from that. So I have my sponsor and I have my stream. 350 subs for me is a little spooky. Not like spooky as in like I can't pay my bills or anything. I can pay my bills. But I've always said that like 500 subs or so is a comfortable place to be. For me at least. But 1K is the dream. I mean, obviously the dream is like bigger and bigger and bigger, but you also have your Patreon. That's true, but I'm not doing Patreon lessons. I haven't been doing Patreon lessons for the last 3 months. So I've been paying for Drug Fox lessons. When I get my Patreon bill, it usually takes my Drug Fox lessons out of my Patreon like income. So usually it's like, oh, $200 to Drug Fox. That's coming out of my like, I don't even know, $700 or whatever I'm making from Patreon. So I end up with like $500. But right now I'm just spending $200 every month on Patreon. But yeah, if I can get back to 500 subs, that's like godlike. If I can get to 1,000 subs, then I'm like saving money for my children or whatever, you know?
Get into it.